Hey guys, DC here, and this is my quick play of Tetris Timewarp for Netflix games. So, this will be my second time playing this game, Tetris Timewarp. I originally played it with my cousin, I want to say back in October of last year, but now I want to try it again, give it another go here with my wife, just to kind of see if there's been any changes, anything different. Nothing I can tell as of now, but there has been a lot of updates and upgrades to a lot of these games within the Netflix library. And I like this classic Tetris music that I'm going to go with here. But I want to see if there's anything different, and I wanted to show you guys kind of what this looks like. Now, Tetris, in general, is a game that I enjoy to a certain extent. You know, it's not my favorite game, but I do like the sort of the puzzle aspect to it. I was a big fan of Tetris 64 on N64 back in the day, and since then there hasn't been really too many other Tetris games that I fell in love with. One thing about playing Tetris on your phone, right? There is that sort of sensitivity with the blocks rotating and kind of doing those quick drops that you have to kind of get used to if you're going to be playing on Netflix games here. And this is again my second time playing it. My wife has no history with Tetris, so again I'm trying to tell her what the goal is and the objective is while we're playing here. And so you'll see her kind of struggling here within this first round, but then she does sort of get the hang of it a little bit later on, which I'll fast forward through a couple of the rounds here that we did. Now, one of the cool elements, you won't see it in this you will not see it in this match here or this round, but with Tetris Timewarp, when you clear a specific block, it does take like your players, your opponent's Tetris look. It takes it back into like a previous version, right? So it kind of goes back in time, and you can see I just added a line to her her board there essentially. So if you clear more than 2 lines at a time, it will add sort of junk line to your opponent there. Now, again, we're just sort of warming up here. This is our first round. I'm going to fast forward after I let you guys watch this round to probably our last round that we played for the evening. And she does much better, but you get to see kind of what that time warp element is of the game and see how that functions. So yeah, you can see that I'm still trying to kind of coach her and kind of how to approach this and not to overthink it. But her board is piling up there. So you can see on my screen there on the left hand side, I have that sort of flashing Tetris board, a Tetramino, but she died before I could clear it. That is the thing that you look for to be able to kind of take your opponent back in time. So we'll see it within this round here. I'll clear that and I'll change her board into a prior board. I think it goes back into like what it looked like on Game Boy potentially. So I'm going to show you guys just one more round here. Now, I haven't played every version of this on the single player. I've only played multiplayer, which is pretty straightforward. Again, not a big Tetris fan, but it is pretty snappy. It is up to 4 players, which is nice. And again, if you're a Netflix subscriber, just easy to jump into. Yeah, so you can see she's doing much better, right? So she has a line that she's at least cleared at this point. Alright, see, it's about to add a line to her so that I was able to clear 2 lines at one time. We'll see that junk line appear on her screen in just a moment. It gives you that little warning. So it should be coming up any moment here. So we're both at level 3 now. And see, she's added a junk line onto my board. So she's doing much better this round. Alright, so I have my Timewarp Tetramino there that I'm about to clear here. So you guys will see what that looks like, what it does to her screen. So yeah, you can see now she has been taken back in time on her screen. So I'm not sure what version of Tetris that is. That has to be, yeah, like the early Game Boy, if I'm not mistaken. And there's also that Tetris movie, I think on Apple TV, that I need to still check out. That talks about, you know, the origins, how the game was created. So now she's struggling because it looks very, very dated on her screen, so hard for her to kind of read and decipher. But with that being said, again, this is just one of the cooler elements with this form of this version of Tetris. If you enjoy this content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, you can't win if you don't play.